What's going on, YouTube? I'm bringing a healing warlock build to use today. I've had a few people ask me about, if they can't find healers, their paladins would switch from healing to tanking, and then the warlocks would be left to heal in certain content. So I'm going to show you how I heal everything up to ASOD. I don't do Master Shackle of Divinity on my Warlock. I only do that on my Paladin. But this will let you heal Advanced Shackles of Divinity and everything else under that with no issue. So, first what we're going with is we're going from the top from MDS. So for every 5 seconds you're in combat, you're gaining outgoing healing and critical strike. The top is going to be from MLMD for the maximum hit points, you do critical strike and critical severity. My arms are for the Soulweave maximum increase by 20%. You could change these if you want to. I just don't. I mean, realistically, you could put something else on if you just want to do damage or something. I mean, that's really up to you. But I'm using the Zoraxian weapon set just because I like the way it looks. Also, I mean, based on your roll, each stack of Darklight's going to grant me, I can get up to 10 stacks of 0.6% overall outgoing healing, so I like those. Plus, I gain 5% outgoing healing, so that's also great right there. My boots are going to be from MDS, the Prismatic Lumen Step Greaves. That way, when I damage or heal another target for 10% of maximum hit points, a single blow, I get faster Divinity Performance / Soulweave for 15 seconds. With a max stack of 5. That helps a lot. Then we're going over, so I'm using the neck and waist set of the detectors set. You could change this. You could go old school Tiamat set if you want to, whatever set you like better. There's probably a better set out there right now. This is just what I'm choosing to use right now. I know the neck is the wrong neck. I need the outgoing healing neck, but this is what I got from the drop, so this is what I'm using right now. My right ring is going to be the Deadbreaker Loop, and this one's going to be, I get 0.8% power for each player in my team, and when my teammates are 25 or closer, their forte is increased by 1%. This will give me a lot of forte, good crit strike, and some action point gain. My left ring is going to be from Master Demon Web Pits. That one's going to be the multi-target heals, gain 7% outgoing healing. This is really good also. I don't ever really take this ring off, pretty much, so the shirt's going to be from Advanced Shackles of Divinity. When in combat with one enemy, your forte is increased by 6% every 0.6% every 2 seconds. And that's great for bosses. I don't really care too much about mob fights, so not a lot of bosses are mob fights. They might have some mobs in them, but it's mostly you versus the boss. And the pants are the same thing from Advanced Shackles of Divinity. This is when your stamina is over 75%, your critical severity is increased by over 9,000. And since I don't use Shadow Slip all that often most of the time, my stamina is usually always over 75%. So the very few times it isn't, it's all good. I'll get it back up there regardless. I mean, these I all swap around with my artifacts. Like, I don't need to. I could throw on Crimson if I want to for that little extra item level or whatever. I mean, I'm keeping the detectors on, but I could change out Heart of the Volcano. For Zealous, I can technically put on a Proposed. Anything I really need to. I have a lot of other artifacts on another character that I be swapping that are unbound. But anyway, from my enchantments, the whole offensive side's pretty much Garnets for power, and I threw one Celestial Cobalt in there for crit severity, which I could swap that out anyway, because, I mean, this is what I'm looking like right now. No buffs, no nothing, just no combat, anything. I mean, outgoing healing is 69%. This really does change when you're in combat a lot, so just remember that. My defense is where I'm using deflect severity, crit avoidance, defense, and then obviously the Jade for the outgoing healing. My overloads that I have set are the action points and physical damage reduction. I'm using the Celestial Divine Aegis for outgoing healing, and then I'm using movement speed for there. Again, this gets you through everything that you need it to get you through besides Master Shackles Divinity. I haven't taken this there, obviously. Mount wise, I use a more average player mount setup because I don't have everything mythiced out and mythic all legendary collars or mythic collars and stuff. So this is just what I'm using. Again, you could change it around to whatever you think is great, but this is just my own choice of it. And my current is going to be tunnel vision, which is going to change. Obviously, I'm going to put on Pegasus when I'm healing, and then the Bubble Guppies is the equip power, so I get that outgoing healing, incoming healing, forte, and combined rating. That's where I use in there. Companion-wise, I don't have a lot. Healing-wise, fully upgraded to Celestial on the Warlock. That's mostly on the Oath Paladin. So this one I'm just using for Critical Strike, 7% outgoing healing for the Golden Bullet, outgoing healing on the Baby Polar Bear. Raptor's Instinct never comes off because it helps the whole team with the power. And then Quickling's Wisdom for more outgoing healing. Now, once these get, obviously, Celestial, it'll be a lot better. And if I really want to, I could change it out for more power here from Deep Crow if I want to take off the Critical Strike, which very well can take off Critical Strike and go for more outgoing healing. It's just, for me personally, I sometimes think the Crit Strike is where it's at a little bit more for me, because even if I take that out... Oh, also, by the way, my companion gear is all from Mount Hope now, with Forte and outgoing healing and 1 Crit Strike or combat advantage and critical severity, because I did not get another outgoing healing one yet. Summoned as Polar Bear Cub, but if I'm in content and they need me to SWAT, I'll put on Flapjack or Regis or even Minsk. So you just gotta base it off of that. And then boon-wise, my campaign boons, I only have 85 spent. I don't really sit through campaigns for boons that much, which I know I should. It's not how I play. I like to just kind of load in and get into content. I'll do enough for the campaign to unlock the trial or dungeon, and then I'm done. Guild Stronghold, I'm using power. I'm using defense, which I should change that to hit points sometimes. But movement speed, but mount if I'm going to be just running around an area doing a campaign stuff. And then PvP, we don't even have that. Power-wise, my main power is Eldritch Blast. My L2 is Infernal Sanction, so I could raise barriers over people. Every now and then I'll use Solar Construction. Not really something I use that often, though. Anyway, the powers main encounter are Vampiric Embrace, so that I can get everyone at once. I'll use Revitalize at times, so I only use Revitalize if I, like, say, Advanced Shackles of Divinity, if I just want to hit one of the tanks solo, or one of the DPS that really low is solo, I might throw that out there. Otherwise, I mean, I'm using Pillar of Power. And then Soulstorm is what I will mostly use. This is like 90% my circle ability, because it just sits there and they can stay in it. Now, Shackles of Divinity, I mean, I have to place it and time it right, but otherwise, everything's perfect. I'm using Soul Barrier for my 1 daily, and I'm using Soul Pact for another. Then my class features are Dark One's Blessing. And then I'm using Soul Bond. Again, these can be changed a little bit depending on what you want to do. And then for feats, I'm using the whole bottom row. You could change this last one to the top row if you don't want Infernal Barrier shields. But I choose to have the shields. A lot of people seem to like it and prefer it. So that's just what I use. And again, I mean, I know my appearance doesn't mean anything, but... Again, this is the gear. If you really want to, you could change it out to use some Masterwork weapons, Durgar weapons. You could change out little by little here and there. A lot of my better stuff is on the Oath Paladin, because I heal on that one more. This is just, like, if I need to heal something, I can do it on this. And there you go, guys. If you want to see it in action... let me know. I'll take it through some Shackles of Divinity or MDS or something for you guys to be able to watch. And if you have any questions, let me know. If you want to see any other kind of builds, let me know. And I'll see you in the next video, fellas.